Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. My name is Artika.
And I'm Tommy.
And today we are reviewing Married at First Sight, season 18, episode 10. The episode is titled Anniversary Dinner Showdown. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Did you just take a picture? That's what it sounded like. That's why I looked at you like that. Let's talk about Wrong Road Juan and Carla first.
I ain't write nothing for this.
Okay. So, of course, this is the 1 month anniversary. Basically, we've been together 30 whole days.
Mm-hmm.
Let's celebrate it with dinner. Because most of us are only going to be married for 8 weeks. All of us are only going to be married for 8 weeks.
I think, we got one out of the group that's probably going to go longer.
Yeah. So Juan takes Carla to his warehouse so she can see where the magic happens.
Mm-hmm.
Production pulls her to the side and asks her, what does Juan do for a living? She had no clue.
Man, when she did that, like I've been saying for a couple of weeks now that she just wants somebody to take care of her. Mm-hmm. And that's the worst thing to be like in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't find anything that he does interesting or interesting enough to retain what he does, or even just ask questions to get more clarity on what he does. Because that was the most confusing part. Like, she named like 5 or 6 things and still was like, look clueless as I don't know what, as far as like knowing what he actually does.
I laughed because that was me trying to explain from one friend to another the job that one of the friends was interviewing for and eventually got. I was just like, he called people, he asked questions. I mean, now that he's gotten the job, I know what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, what he does, but it was just funny.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't know. I'm just going to make up stuff.
I just feel like at this point, just from not just erasing the husband and wife standpoint of their relationship, but just as this is a person this is your roommate, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should find something interesting about a person that you live with. And at this point, for 30 days, if they're showing you where they work and what they do and stuff like that, you should find something to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's not like she don't like him, as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to look at it and be like, oh, that, and excuse that. Mm-hmm. I was just highly disappointed in that moment for her because she wants him to do all these things, like show her affection and all this stuff, but then you're not even finding anything to conversate with him to retain the information that he told you.
Converse.
That's what I said.
No, it's not.
What did I say?
Conversate.
Anyway. But then on the flip side, that's when she also told him that she quit her job, or she was let go. She was fired. She was asked to quit. I've been in that position before.
She left her job at the salon because I can't be managed. And he was like, did you leave or did they tell you leave? And she was like, it was kind of a mutual thing.
Yeah. They asked her to quit.
I have been fired at the exact moment that I was quitting.
Yeah.
Like, I went into the office to quit and it's like they wanted to beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm handing you a letter of resignation.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what are we doing here? Why are we playing semantics?
Man, I just, with that one, he was like, don't be dumb. Uh-huh. I was like, you're right. Don't be dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But also, too, if you're like, I'm not manageable, that's something you need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody needs to be coachable.
Mm-hmm.
And she...
like, I could say, okay, maybe you could say I don't like to be micromanaged.
Yeah.
Or I don't like their style of management.
Yeah.
But like I can't be managed just seems really weird of a statement to say.
It seems like you're a sucky employee.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like you're very, because there's a such thing as a bad employee. There's a such thing as a bad boss. Like, I don't know her boss, but she doesn't strike me as a person that's coming in on time, which her work ethic might be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She just don't like people telling her what to do.
Mm-hmm. But that happens when you work in a salon, especially, and I've been to a non-black salon.
Yeah.
They're very different. Like, it seems like non-black salons, you're independent contractors, you pay your booth rent and you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
When you work at a non-black salon, this is in my experience and the few that I've been to, it's like it's all still a community effort. Like, we run this salon together.
Yeah.
The black girls be reaching under they thing for their products. Don't leave my shampoo at the shampoo bowl because that's my shampoo. But when you go into the other realms, it's like these things are for us as a collective, and the other ones just be like, we share the same water and bowls. That's it.
Oh. Well, I don't know about all that.
I know.
But
that's why I offered that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just that conversation with them and her quitting the job, it just made me think that she was a very uncoachable person, and the idea of entrepreneurship sounds fun to her, but she really don't. She don't really have the mindset to do it.
She said that she was going to start doing her clients' hair at their homes. I'm like, how many clients do you have?
I don't know.
And how often are they coming?
Carla makes me tired, man.
Because, again, black girls go to get their hair done at once a week, once every 2 weeks, something like that, right?
Yeah.
My non-black friends are like, I'm going for a haircut. I'm going to get my hair colored. That is not a once a week venture. No. So I'm just wondering how many clients does she have and how does that work? And are they large repeaters or are they just spending a lot of money when they get their hair done? And if you got to use my resources, the price got to come down. Because I'm not gonna, if I was paying you, say $100 or something, but now we got to use my water, my towels, all of my stuff, the price got to come down.
Yeah. I was gonna say Juan got on my nerves this episode too when the group was in the got together, just because I was like, man, quit trying to be what is it called, Mr. Devil's Advocate.
Mr. Who?
Devil's Advocate, because bruh, Ikechi was tripping.
That's why I called him wrong road one.
Man, I'm like, bruh, no, there's no benefit of the doubt. Ikechi was completely tripping. And there's no defending it, man. And I feel like he was trying to defend not Ikechi, but just the aspect of the situation. I was like, man, your best bet is just to be quiet, because nobody that watches this show, nobody at that table is going to agree with you. He was saying, well, you gotta, trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I get it. I don't know how close you are to Ikechi. I
have lost my notes. I'm still listening. I'm trying to find them.
I don't know how close you are to Ikechi, but I know that there's when you look at their situation and you hear the story, Ikechi is wrong. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Yeah. And the way he walked in, the way he responded to everybody, man, you can't, and you still sitting there trying to defend it. On the way back, I was like, man, you just need to be quiet.
I agree. I wasn't going to get there yet, though. The last things that I wrote was Carla talking about what she's going to do with her time now that she is not in the salon. Said she was going to start going to coffee shops and learn more about tarot cards. And Juan was all about, like, we need to talk about how you going to monetize this stuff.
I didn't see this part because I fell asleep.
Yeah. And she was talking about reading tarot cards, and she was like, I want to do that for me. And then he started talking about a collaboration opportunity that she had with someone, I think in New York. And apparently this was just a person that reached out to her about doing some work for some photo shoots. And she hadn't ironed out any actual details. It sounds like it was just a, would you be interested type of call? And Juan had turned it into a, you got this, you haven't signed the contract yet type of call. And they just wasn't on the same page with it.
Yeah. It was one more about, man, bring money in. Like, that gives me the more support of Juan is looking at her as a liability and not as a partner. And she's proven him right. Like, you quit your job and then you're not thinking about ways of bringing income in, but you want to come live with me and you expect me to work and provide and do for you, but you don't bring anything to the table.
Yeah.
And that's important, man. Like, today's society, like, people be like, men need to take care of the women, but women got to be able to take care of themselves too. You know? Yeah, I didn't have a lot for the Juan. Just pissed me off at the end. That's all.
Camille and Thomas.
What happened with them?
Thomas was late to their basketball game, and she made him run suicide. Pulled his hammy again.
That man hamstrings ain't worth anything.
I was like, them is 41-year-old. I don't work out much hamstrings. And she's like, nah, I still go to the gym and shoot around every so often.
Yeah. That man need to stretch.
I didn't realize that she played basketball in college as well.
Yeah.
I knew she played basketball. I just didn't know she played in college as well.
Nah, I knew that part.
So for their actual celebration of 1 month, it seemed like everybody had 2 activities, a meal and then something else. Juan and Carla's was the warehouse. Theirs was basketball.
Yeah.
They went to, I couldn't tell if that was rum or whiskey. I didn't hear it and I didn't rewind to figure it out. And they did a flight, and then they made a cocktail, or I should say Camille made a cocktail. They gave each other gifts for 1 month. Now, I feel like Camille's gift was for her, not for him. It was the thing to like make the holding hands sculpture.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
he was like, I've never done this before.
You're right. You haven't. I just felt like that was more for her because that's something that if they stay together will be displayed in their home. If they break up, it's going in the trash.
Yeah, more than likely.
Why would I keep me holding hands with you in my house? And he gave her a necklace and he explained to her that that's why he was late. To the basketball thing was he had to go to one of the suburbs to pick that up. I was like, I'm happy she liked that necklace because it wasn't really my thing, but you know, that's cute for y'all or whatever.
Well, it's the thought that count, man. You can appreciate that from him. He's truly you can see the things that he liked to do, which is like, I'm going to shower you with gifts. I'm going to do nice things for you.
I think that that's also like a gift for a gift. Remember, she did just buy him some earrings like 2 episodes ago.
Well, I don't think it was a gift for a gift, but it does open the door for that. You know? It's like, oh, she bought me some earrings. Let me get her this necklace. It makes it okay. Because if that doesn't happen, you still trying to find a gift for that person.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we lose. I think that's nice. You know, I think it's kind of, he thinks about things. He's very thoughtful in the things that he do for her. You know, I still like them. They, man, they're running smooth. You know, I know they're gonna run
over the sounds of blackness.
Right. I know they're gonna run into some other issues because everybody does. But you know, I think this episode they was pretty cool. I like that, you know, she was upset with him about being late for the basketball game or them playing basketball, but it wasn't a thing of her just.
She was heated.
She was mad, but she wasn't mad to the point where she ruined it. You know, like Carla got mad at Juan and like ruined that moment.
And she ruined the rest of that trip.
Yeah, right.
I can't even say day, trip.
Michelle was mad at David for just being alive.
Michelle is she's mad at David for existing, for his parents loving him, for her not having a relationship like that with people in her life, for her having to be away from her dog.
Yeah, because it's sunny outside.
She's just
pissed. But it's
everything's fine.
You can appreciate. And I always say this about Camille. Camille really knows how to communicate. Like, will it get better? Yeah, because you got to learn how to. Your partner likes to communicate, but just expressing that she was upset, but still being able to enjoy their time together. I think that's one of the more important things when it comes to relationships, and especially on this show in such a accelerated relationship. You don't have time to dwell on the fact that you're upset about something. But, you know, expressing that you're upset about it and being able to say, hey, I'm mad, but we're going to enjoy this time. You know, that's cool. And I think it's cool that he was like, all right, I'm going to run this suicide. And then
I'm going to hurt myself.
And then he popped the hammy. That man need to do some yoga, man. And none of that tantric stuff.
I mean, that can help you stretch a little bit.
Man, God, leave, man. I'm like, man, your hammies are trash.
I can say nothing because, yep.
Yeah.
Mine are trash too.
Man, all I do is stretch them things out, man. But no, I think I'm still rooting for them. I'm team Camille and Thomas.
Okay.
For sure.
Good for you.
I will say, or have we not got? Are we gonna do the whole group thing?
Yes,
together?
I was gonna do that at the ending.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep my thoughts about the group to myself for
now. David and Michelle. So they go out to a sushi place for their 1 month meal. She had to meet him there. They couldn't ride together because he had went to his parents' house. Then she gets there and she just starts nitpicking at everything. Like, she's upset that he has on sneakers and jeans. I was like, is this an upscale sushi place? Did I miss something?
When she said that, I was like, because she got dressed up and he came in regular clothes. And I was like, that's that thing, man. Just enjoy it. You can't control what this man wears. Did y'all say that y'all was gonna get dressed up, or? And he was saying that it would have took too long for him to go to the apartment and get his clothes because traffic, and he wasn't expecting traffic to be that way. But when she got there, he was already there, and she started asking him, you know, you didn't think to dress up. And then she was like, I think they got started talking about, did she ask him like why, like how they going? How, you know, what was the expectation? Something like that. And he basically didn't ask her something back.
They were having a dialogue about if this is how they saw 1 month married being. And then he was just like, do you even know what makes you happy?
Right.
And that pissed her off.
No, what pissed her off is that she, which makes sense to me, is she asked him that. He answered it. And then there was a silence. And she was like, well, aren't you going to ask me that back? And he was like, well, but we're in conversation. Like, I would think you just start talking. And he was
Do
like,
you only answer questions that you're asked?
No. The thing is, right, when you're talking to somebody, or what I do when I'm talking to somebody or want to talk to somebody, I ask a question. I'll either give my opinion first, or I will wait until they finish and then say, hey, I like that idea because I think.
I'm just thinking about, like, okay, me and you go try somewhere new. We get in the car. What'd you think of the food?
It was good.
And then I would immediately be like, oh, I like that too. This was really good.
Yeah. Right. It's just conversation. You know, it's just having a conversation. And she wanted him to ask him, she wants him to ask her the same question, just asking it. And he made a point. He said, when I do ask you questions, I get, okay, I understand.
It is also, to his defense, we're being told by you guys, it's not us making this up, that y'all don't talk outside of filming.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think.
It's almost like, what are you expecting from this nice guy? This guy is truly a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's been so pissed off about this ponytail, though. Everything I read online, be like, I can't take him seriously because he got this ponytail.
I wish he would just pull it to the back, braid it or cut it. But it's sitting, man, that thing sat on his forehead like it was a mole. I was like, goodness, man. Do you think that's cute?
Oh my God, my nose is itching. He tells her that he's frustrated during that conversation, and she's like, Man,
that made me so mad. Like, I was like, do you not hear what this man is saying?
I just want to be like Cardi B and yell out, what was the reason?
Like, man, do you not hear what he just said? Like, he said,
I'm out here fighting for my life.
Swinging left and right, man.
So she says, because there's no connection, I'm unable to move forward. Or did he say that? One of them said that because there's no connection, they're unable to move forward.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just really want somebody to ask y'all, are you done or are you finished? Or not even y'all. Ask her.
Yeah, because I thought that was it.
But I think that in the history of Married at First Sight, especially these last few seasons, we've had couples bow out so quickly.
Yeah.
And then we stretch the scenes of the other couples. And production is like, y'all gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
Because we can't do this.
Gotta stay.
Let me see what else I got. She says dinner was heavy and I didn't want that. I said, girl, literally, you was the one to make dinner heavy. Before the couples dinner, David told her that he had to work. He couldn't get off. So he's not going to attend. But he sent her flowers as basically an I'm sorry gesture. However, in comma, he did end up attending.
I don't know why he was sorry. What did he do? What was he sorry for?
I wrote down I wouldn't have gave her SH.
And that's the thing, man. You look at David. David is not the perfect person, but nobody is, right?
Right.
But you can tell that he's trying to at least be friends and be cool with you. Mm-hmm. And he's willing to carry it 70%. But she's not willing to give the 30. Mm-hmm. You know, which in a marriage, like we talked about before, how marriages aren't 50-50. Mm-hmm. Some days they're going to be 90-10. Mm-hmm. Some days they're going to be, you know, they're going to hit 50-50. But some days, like, you have to be that, for your partner, you have to be that other side. Mm-hmm. You know, you in order for you guys to keep moving forward, somebody has to hold it up. You know,
and David just tired of swinging at this point.
That's the thing, and he's telling her, "Hey, I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do." You know, we gotta do this for 8 weeks, but you're not even giving me that.
And you know what's interesting? She said that they're always talking about what she needs to work on and never what he needs to work on. I was like, we are literally always talking about what he needs to change. There's not a time that you have ever been like, you know, this isn't a good characteristic. This isn't a good character trait. I should probably work on this.
I don't talk about the things David needs to change, except for that ponytail.
No. I'm talking about the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she literally talks about, I don't like this. I don't like that. You should probably change this. You over-talk me. You cuss too much. You do. What has he said she needs to change?
He hadn't said anything, but we've said that she needs to get her.
Well, she can't hear us right now. I mean, she can now. But
yeah. No, I'm just saying, man, it's she hasn't been asked to do a lot.
Right.
But what has been asked of her is to...
Nothing beats a failure but a try.
Right.
Try.
That's all anybody has asked her to do. And the thing about it is she's trying to make David out to be this terrible person. But David's the nicest person. David said the most genuine thing to the group that I think he could have said about that whole conversation. When he was like, hey, man, I don't know how everybody else feel, but the way I feel is that we need to let this go. Mm-hmm. This conversation is something they need to talk about. And we obviously see it's some tension in here. Let it go.
I'm out.
Right. I don't feel comfortable talking about this. And I think that was the best thing he could have said at that table, because everybody was gunning for Ikechi, but it's not going to resolve anything for them. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Madison and Allen.
I really didn't write a lot.
Luffy is a problem.
I always said Luffy was going to be a problem. And
it seems like she's dealing with it fine, but he just be everywhere. I was like, Luffy feels like a 2-year-old.
Luffy was in her drawers?
Yes. I had a dog that was like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you took off your clothes and just like left them in the floor, like if you left the bathroom door open and you showered, he was coming there and picking up your clothes and they was journeying through the house. So I get that part, but Luffy's like a 2-year-old. And I'd be like, just stop. Sit down somewhere. When they were looking over their wedding photos, Alan was like, look how radiant your smile is. I was like, okay, vocabulary.
Yeah.
I only use radiant when describing diamonds. Let me see. They talk about a lot of restraint and he talks a lot about the restraint and not being able to read her. Then they go play tennis, love and basketball style. And Madison gave the biggest cop out. Like, if I win, you got to run around this court, clucking like a chicken and something. And he said if he won, he wanted a kiss. He wins, and then she's like, you didn't say where. And I'm like, okay, move the goalpost. Just say you don't like him. Stop pretending that this is a big deal, because you don't have a bad time with him.
Right.
He makes you laugh at the dinner, which we keep referencing the dinner, but when they talked about Camille and Thomas consummating their marriage, she was making the same types of jokes that he was making, and she's like, "You're rubbing off on me." So it's literally like, it's you.
Mm-hmm. It's the thing of how everybody said, and I ain't pay attention to this until just now, how everybody pointed. It was a thing to say that he's not the type of guy that she usually dates. And that's what it is. Mm-hmm. It's because he's not the type of guy that she usually dates, which is, in her mind, is a bad thing. You'll be amazed at the type of person that you can like and what things they're into, you know? And I just think about the people that you've dated before and how different or how similar they are, you know? and that's the thing. You have to be willing to say, okay, this is, in this case, this is Alan. Alan likes this, and this. This is what I like about Alan. This is what I don't like about Alan. But I enjoy my time with Alan.
And it seems like the things that she doesn't like about Alan
are so superficial.
So superficial. He's not a pretty boy.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he dresses. But you don't complain about what he look like going to work.
You don't buy his clothes.
But you don't even complain about what he looks like going to work.
No.
It's literally vacation gear is her biggest complaint.
Right. But it's like, if the man is...
I feel like Tyra Banks. We were all rooting for you.
It's like, man, you look at the fact that he's working out, because that's something you're into, and all this stuff. And it's like, man, just work out with him.
But it's not even just that, because she's like, I like doing things that are athletic. So we go play tennis. He wins.
Yeah.
What more athleticism do you need? You the athlete, not beat you.
Yeah. And you gave, like, I was like, man, that's... If I was, and the thing that stood out the most to me about them was him saying he don't know how to read her. And then, like, he's walking on eggshells because he's trying to figure out, like, where he stands with her. Honestly, I wish he would just ask her. Like, I would, like, because I would approach the whole thing differently.
Well, he did ask her a question about something related to their vows. And she was like, do you really want to do that today? On our you want to mess up our 1 year anniversary? I mean, our 1 month anniversary.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, he needs to stand up for himself a little bit more. Because the thing about it, him being a nice guy, it's not that he's a nice guy, he's very agreeable. With the things that she says that to do. Well,
it seems like in the previews for the rest of the season, he'd be like, you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself.
Something went sideways through the preview. But you just looking at it and you can see where they were saying he's a nice guy and stuff like that. But no, he's just agreeable. Because he really don't know how to gauge this thing. And she's not giving him enough to be like, oh, okay, we're in a good place. And it happens because it's like, people don't always have to say, hey, I feel this way today. And stuff like that. But it's like, the way I look at it, man, if you give more experiences with each other, and you try more things, like, you talk about the things that you want. And I believe that he's not doing that. I don't think that he's telling her, let's watch a movie, let me hold your hand, or just grabbing her hand, or, rubbing her back or anything like that. Because it's a thing of being comfortable to do things around a person without a person feeling like you're invading their space or, anything like that. And I don't feel like he's made her comfortable enough, liking her or not, and it's like you still got to break down that wall, and you're not breaking that wall down.
So there was a moment that made me really sad for him and made me want to go give him a hug. When they did the treetop obstacle course, she told him, thank you, I appreciate the effort. And he said that he doesn't have a lot of people that put effort into him. And I'm like, that really makes me sad that you feel like people don't put effort into you. And granted, this is TV. I don't know how thoughtful he really is, but it seems like he spends a lot of time trying to adjust for the others.
Yeah.
And it's like, literally, since we've done this, with the exception of the birthday party, there hasn't been a lot of effort put into him. Like, it's kind of like that David and Michelle thing. They keep going to sushi restaurants because David is like, she like that, let's just do that.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
And Alan is leaning towards, let's just keep doing things that like require athleticism because she likes that. She leans to it. And he be like, I just want to like watch a movie together. Yeah. And it's just like, put an effort into a movie night. Like, instead of going to the bar with your friends to watch the game, like, you can skip a Bulls game.
Yeah, she's still trying to get chose.
Right. Also, he said, I think we can last forever. And her response was, forever is a long time. I take that to be just as off-putting as when MM asked Ikechi, am I your type? And he was like, I like black women.
I didn't know that was said.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they went ziplining.
I kept trying to wake you up.
I didn't know they went ziplining.
We don't watch this together.
Nah.
And Tommy does 17 other things and then watches Married at First Sight when he's sleepy.
I watched it.
Okay. Do you have anything else for them?
That is sad. That he was like, nobody puts effort into him. But that's I
don't think he said it looking for sympathy either, but it was just a statement. And I was just like, I hope that the people in my life see the effort that I put into them, meaning the people that live under this roof.
Yeah.
Specifically. Because I do put a lot of effort into them, into you all.
Yeah.
And it's like, for someone to say that a lot of people don't put effort into me kind of makes me feel sad. Like,
yeah,
somebody go do something for him nice. Tell him he pretty. Something.
It's just a thought of, somebody feeling like they not thought about, in a loving, endearing way. Outside of their family, I'm pretty sure, and that's tough to hear. That's tough to like really just be like, like, golly, man, I hate that he feel that way.
I didn't want to bring your spirit down.
Yeah, it did.
All right, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so last but not least is MM and Ikechi, and I'm just going to use them to go into the group dinner because obviously that's where the issue started. Yeah. So they started off.
First off, Ikechi's an asshole.
I've called him a lot of explicatives in my notes. I'm not gonna say them, but just know they're there.
Like, man, it's he. And I'm gonna let you get to what you was gonna say, but he just really bothered me because I think he's handled either they're not saying something, or he's like has overreacted in a manner that, one, you can't come back from, but two, it proves that you're not here for what you were supposed to be here for. And that's the frustrating part. Now carry on.
All right. So they go to the picnic where she lays out a charcuterie board, and they do a paint and sip. I believe it was him that said the score at halftime doesn't indicate the score at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And she said something along the lines, I can't remember what she said. I didn't write it down. Now I'm mad about that. He then tells her that he's hoping to celebrate each day at a time. And she asked him, was he actively doing that? And he didn't answer her. And I was like, that's strike one. Because I hate repeating myself. This is me. Hate repeating myself. And a question that acts like you saying that you celebrate each day, and I don't see any celebration in your behavior. I'm not saying you got to throw a party every day, but for me to ask you, are you doing that, and you don't answer, means you're not.
Yeah.
And you're not big enough to reflect on the fact to say that, no, there's some things that I can change. They get back to the apartment. They open the gift of their vows. And she asks him, how does he feel about his vows? And he says, I meant what I said when I said it. And she was like, well, you didn't answer the question. And he was like, I meant what I said when I said it. That is the answer. And then he turns around and says, I'm not answering the question. So you're willing to admit that you didn't answer the question after you just said you answered the question. Nobody wants to play mind games with you.
It's like you're looking at this situation and you're like, this girl just trying to have a conversation with you. She does not feel like you're trying to do anything
with her, at least.
With her, she doesn't feel like you're trying to change anything or even trying to make sure that this marriage works. Because people can work with or try. But at this point, you're not even trying.
Right.
And then every time you guys talk, it's something that she's done. And you're saying that she keeps asking you questions. Well, she's trying to get to know you. And no, he said his answers aren't good enough. But that's his answer. And I'm like, if there's a conversation to be had between you guys, and she wants to have a conversation, not just a question answered. Like, she ain't asking you what you want to eat for dinner today. She's like, what do you like to eat?
Let's open dialogue.
Right. That's what she wants.
When he said, I meant what I said when I said it, my immediate reaction would have been, so you don't mean it now, huh?
Right. It's like we all looking at that and we know she wants to talk about the vows.
Well, it's not even that she wants to talk about the vows. This is what's on the agenda for today.
No, I mean, like in that situation, the vows are being presented, and that's what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Or that's what I'm asking about. And for you to say, I meant what I said when I said it.
Yeah.
First off, when did you say it?
Well, he's talking about the vows. He meant the vows when he said the vows.
When he said it at the beginning, at the wedding. But there's room for interpretation at that point.
What? You don't mean it now. Because if I tell you I meant what I said when I said it, that sounds like there is some doubt that I don't mean it now.
Right. So did your feelings change?
Or I meant it differently.
And he got mad because like she asked a follow-up question because she's trying to get she's trying to have a conversation with you, dude. Like, that's the problem that I have with you. And you're putting it on, she's, what he called her, aggressive. He's saying that she's always asking me questions. I was finna say the N-word. But
well, I done call him in my notes a ass wipe, an asshole, and I said, nah, he acted more like a bitch.
Man, I'm just sitting up here like, man, this brother here, man, it's like, right. You sitting up there like, bro, like, just talk to this girl or tell her no, I'm done, and be done with the whole situation. And then, one, you hate to see for a person. Well, personally, I hate to see for a person to be like having their hands smacked down. And then I also hate to look at a person like in the Ikechi's situation. I hate to look at it and then see that there's no reciprocation.
Right.
And you're basically gaslighting her. See, that's the perfect thing. He's gaslighting her in this situation to like trying to say, hey, you're the problem. But in the grand scheme of things, no, he's the problem. Because he's the one that has the problem. He's the one that, ain't answering the questions that she like, not having a conversation with her, not trying to talk to her, not trying to be around her. Like, that's the thing. It's like y'all are signed up for this show, but you like, man, it doesn't help the idea that Ikechi signed up for this show just for some type of popularity. When his friends now, like, going through this and talking about it now, I'm thinking back to what the friends were saying about these folks, and now I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Because his friends was like, he's social media famous, or social.
He gonna have a real problem when he open up his profile.
He is, because I mean, somebody's gonna like it, but a lot of people have a problem with the way that he handled MM.
Mm-hmm.
And the situation, the way he's handling it, because simply put, what they're showing us does not match what he's saying is going on.
Mm-hmm. And I get it. Production can skew things. But if I am attempting to have a conversation with you and I ask you a simple question and you blow up, you in turn look like the problem. It is very difficult for us, the viewers, to think any differently of you because that's the response that you got.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could they have edited some things out? Yes. But if I never yell at you or if I never curse at you, they can't imply that because it didn't happen.
It did not happen. But even with them, let's quote unquote changing the narrative, right? Mm-hmm. Changing the story. We see enough of the story to be like, but what's the real issue?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the issue I have. Is like I don't know what the problem is.
It's just like there's too many highs and lows. More so the last couple episodes have been definite lows. But like in the beginning, it was, oh my God, I'm gonna cover your head while it's raining, which was performative to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. We're gonna be hugged up. We're always gonna be like this. And then it turns into, no, don't touch me.
Yeah.
And she acting like this because I said don't touch me, but y'all was all on each other at the honeymoon. I'm not saying it had to lead to sex, but what happened? Because if you tell her you don't want to have sex and she says, okay, cool.
Are you putting there that like the ultimate thing?
Where's the problem?
The big thing is you put her hand on your meat. And when you did that,
that's how you describe it. You say meat.
What else I'm gonna say?
I'm just asking.
Anyway. You put her hand on your private area.
And
you know, it's what do you think that door opens?
I don't know.
You know?
Anywho, let's get to this dinner.
Okay.
So they take the party bus to dinner. While they're on their way on the party bus, they discuss the lack of David and Ikechi on the bus. Michelle has a very simple answer. David had to work. He couldn't get off. Everybody's like, all right, well, let's take a shot because he's not here.
Yeah.
We miss you, man. Or I don't think they took a shot. I think they just took a drink.
Yeah.
And then, hey, can't be worried about the other guys.
Right.
That's pretty much what Allen said in so many words.
They knew something was up, though. They felt the vibe.
So they start talking. She's MM is like, hey, my husband's not here. These are the things that progressed. I don't know if he's coming or not. We're just gonna go and we're gonna have a nice dinner and we're gonna go back to the apartment. So Juan started his defense of Ikechi on the party bus.
Yeah. And I don't know where that came from, man.
I don't know.
Like, I truly don't understand. Once you hear what MM is saying, right? Because she's like, yeah, I've been... Because at this point, she like, we saw the text messages where he wasn't responding to her. She was
that
like,
he lied and said it didn't happen.
Yeah. I'm like, we saw it, though. You know, we saw that. He wasn't at the apartment. We saw him walk out of the apartment without saying anything.
So back to the dinner.
Oh, my bad.
Camille tells everyone that they had sex. For some reason, Michelle wanted to know how was it.
We know why Michelle wanted to know how was it.
And I'm like, you are not going to take this girl's man.
Yeah.
Thomas tells him that he's the emotional one in a relationship. Halfway through dinner, Ikechi shows up. Allen then calls him out on it. He's like, hey, where you been? He was like, chilling. He was like, chilling means you just get to show up to dinner late. Like, we halfway through dinner.
Yeah.
Like, that was some really tough chilling you was doing.
Yeah.
And he's like, yep, it was more important. So you automatically started off on the defense because you don't know what she has or has not said to them about you. Everybody's just looking at it like you showed up late, and you showed up late with an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were really doing something more pressing, you would have been like, I got caught up. Because like when David walked in, David was like, hey, I was able to get away. Yeah. Everybody's like, David!
Right.
They're genuinely happy to see him.
Right. They would have been if you...
if you would have walked in with that same David energy. And David wasn't like overly like,
but
I'm here, y'all. The party can get started.
I don't see him, Ikechi, being a very friendly guy for the group.
Yeah. Well, I believe on the honeymoon, he was like, I'm not here to make friends with them. When they were talking about doing couples things. Like, I'm here to be with my wife. I'm not here to make friends. Because it sounded good at the time. Yeah. Now he has no allies except for Juan.
Juan just drawing for straws on that one. But no, like I did notice the difference in the welcoming committee when both of them came in. But David, truly, like you said, David was like, I'm on my break. And I figured I could just come down, and eat with y'all.
He literally was just like, I was able to get away.
David came and ate. And then after he finished, he left.
Mm-hmm.
But Ikechi, I think Ikechi came to make a scene. He came with the idea that...
with his Joker suit on. Right.
This clown, you want a clown? I'll give you a circus or something, she said. But... I laughed at the fact that when she got up to go to the bathroom the first time, that all the girls got up, like, and they just
we knew Camille was gonna get up because Camille looked at him and was like, "What's good?"
Right.
And she said that as if to say, "You know what I mean, so don't BS with me."
Right.
What we doing here?
Yeah.
And he was like, whatever he said, she was like, wrong answer. Try again. It ain't happening here.
Yeah.
Let me see. So everybody at the table was like, you don't have to be aggressive. So when all the girls got up, they came back. They tried to have... No, they didn't try to have the conversation. No, they did try to have the conversation again because MM had to leave a second time.
That's when Camille was the only one that got up that time.
Yeah. So
and by that time, Carla and Madison was feeling on each other.
Yeah. I was about to say Michelle, but that was Madison. That's why I stopped and thought about it. I was like, wrong name? No, that's the correct name.
I was like, what are y'all doing at the table? And you pointed it out to me. It's like, I wanted to be a parent and be like, stop. You move back over here.
Go back and sit by your husband. Get out of her seat.
What are y'all doing?
David basically, once everybody came back to the table, he shut everything down.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, he shut it all down and he was like, hey, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But we came here to eat dinner. Or specifically, I came here to eat dinner.
Right.
Cut it out. So then they had Madison and Allen do a confessional cam together. And Madison was like, Ikechi's a con artist.
Yeah.
And I was like, everybody knows, and it had to have been brought up in conversation before he got there. But it seems like everybody knows that, social media was what he was trying to do from this. He was going to come on here. He was going to sell a few books. He was going to make himself look good. And he got, for him, the wrong wife to do this with.
Yeah.
To amicably divorce.
Said on the bus, like, this is his second time trying to be on this show. And, that leads into a deeper conversation about why I think Ikechi is just trying to use this as a stepping stone to further popularity. Yeah. I just feel bad for in that situation because one, it's embarrassing, for him to show up late to this dinner that all the couples, it'd have been better if you just didn't show up because now you show up late, you have a defensive stance on everything and they're in a situation where we have to question you about this because we're looking at essentially a person that's going through the same thing that they're going through and having different struggles, but we're sitting up here talking about our struggles and our triumphs and everything like that.
Honestly and truly, I don't think anybody really, at least not on camera, nobody got into their real relationship like trenches.
No, they didn't, because Carla and Juan, like, we're working on it. Thomas and Camille was like, yeah, we're doing fine.
We did it. It's cool.
Yeah. But then you hear this, you hear MM, and then I feel for MM because she's a sister. I don't care if she has a African background or whatnot.
You do. Look, we do too.
Right. Hers, she's just closer to hers. But it's in all intents and purposes, she's a sister. And I'm looking at this situation for you to be as I love black women. Why aren't you protecting this sister on TV the way that you need to? Why is this girl crying on TV over you?
Camille pointed that out. She was like, as woke as he claims to be, why would you call a black woman aggressive on TV?
Right. Which, I mean, like, that'll be a discussion I would love to have more about what's the deeper conversation about being called aggressive, because maybe there's not an understanding of it or whatnot. But my whole issue is...
We make you a whole all-black women panel.
I'll be scared of that.
Why?
I'll be on eggshells.
Why?
Because I'm going to say the wrong thing. But it's like I can admit if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'll say, if I say something wrong and somebody feels offended, because the last thing I want to do is offend anybody. Because I'm a person I'm gonna throw jokes at you. The expectation is you to throw jokes at me. We gonna laugh. We gonna have a good time. But we also gonna talk.
One thing about reality TV, it has made it a very negative thing to call women aggressive, even when they are being aggressive.
Yeah.
But I think it's because we call women aggressive that are not being aggressive is where the issue lies.
No, I get you. I hear you.
And we only have side of things, but when he tried to mansplain things to Dr. Pia, she didn't sound aggressive.
Man, like, he just... That was N-word. This N-word.
You just need to put asterisks on the screen. Just N, asterisk, A.
Right. He just...
That's what you want to yell at him.
Man. I'm just like, bruh, just fix it.
I don't have anything else because that was pretty much how the episode ended. He moved out of the apartment. He did leave his air fryer. MM noted that, and I laughed. I was like, he ain't getting that thing back if he got to get it back through her.
Yeah.
He better use his little key.
Production better set that up.
No, he gonna use his key. He gonna go when he knows she at work and go get it. But I just want to know, do y'all think that we're missing something? With the interactions between them, that he can feel as strongly as he does without offering any additional information?
Yeah, we're definitely missing something.
And the reason I don't feel like we are, as far as their interactions go, is literally because when they were sitting down, he acted like, I don't want to out you about this. And she was like, go ahead.
No. I say we're missing something because the way he's acting, is like dumb to me because she's trying to like literally I just want to have a conversation with you. And he's like, you're asking me questions. So that's the part we're missing is all the extra questions that she's asking. And for a normal person, they would think that that's okay. Like, it's okay to ask questions because I don't know you as well as, you know, I think I should know my husband or my wife. Which for me, it's like, ask the questions. Ask as many questions as you need to get to know who I am and what I believe. And we'll go from there. But in his case, he just wants to sit in silence.
We can just get to know each other sitting on the couch. No,
you can't.
We can't.
You cannot. So,
and I mean, I get it. It's accelerated.
It's really pretty outside.
It's accelerated. It's a lot going on, but you signed up for this twice.
Yeah.
When these people be telling you that it's hard, you should have believed them.
Man, the one thing that I can respect more, and then I'm going to leave it at this. If you don't think she's pretty or you're not attracted to her, I would rather you say that than to lead her down this BS that you're doing. Because saying I'm not attracted to you is okay because the attraction can grow. But saying she's asking me all these questions is stupid.
You be asking me stuff. Bruh, shut up. Shut up.
Fine. I ain't finna talk to you. You can shut that. You know what I'm saying? N-word.
Anywho, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell.
Do that.
Comment down below. I don't even know what to ask y'all to comment.
What you just asked? What are we missing?
What do y'all think we're missing from this exchange with MM and EKG? And EKG's people, I know y'all be watching these reviews. If y'all know, tell us, just not under his screen name.
Yeah.
Because I'm confused. I am legitimately confusion right now. And gotta be more to the story. Either that or y'all gotta figure out something to get him some counseling. Because if people can't ask him questions to get to know him, that's why he 41 and single. Or however old he is. Ain't he 41?
Something like that. 41 and single and ain't. This is his first rodeo at it. You know.
Whatever. We'll see y'all tomorrow for Love, Bro.
Why you sound so dead on that? Join us you don't want nobody to come. Do you join us tomorrow? Saturday morning.
Now you piss me off.
Saturday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time for our Love Brew podcast. And we out.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.